Welcome back to Dynamon. Terror Time might be the scariest feature in the entire history of Yokai Watch, and in this video we will compare every version of Terror Time in the Yokai Watch mainline games. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more Yokai Watch content, and we will now start with some general information. Terror Time is a random event which mostly occurs at night, but has a tiny chance occurring during the day as well. It is said to occur when children disobey their parents' instructions, mostly if they don't go to bed or if their behavior was inappropriate. When Terror Time gets triggered, a counter will count down from 3 and then shows an Oni icon, or in the Japanese editions, the symbol for Oni, or you will get pulled into Terror Time. Then you will come across a sequence which shows one of the Onis being either Gargaros, Ogralus or Orcanos going around the town, which turns completely grey during the event. The player is now being chased by the Oni and patrols, which are different depending on the game. In order to escape Terror Time, the player has to escape through a golden shoji door, which spawns at a random spot on the map. For context, Oni also exist in Japanese folklore and are said to peel off skins of humans, crush their bones, or even eating them. People who are truly wicked are said to turn into Oni after they died, which causes them to appear as a demonic creature with red, respectively blue skin, white hair, and massive horns. And you can clearly see the inspiration level 5 took from Japanese mythology.
Welcome back to Shogunex. We will now start with the Yokai Watch and execution of Terror Time, which is by far the easiest to understand. The player gets introduced to it in Chapter 4 after befriending Baku and therefore unlocking the feature of going outside during the night in the context of going to the hot springs in order to retrieve Mr. Goodsai's lucky underwear for upgrading the Yokai Watch. When you reach Springdale Elementary School, Rannoch will show up for the first time and spawn a shoji door, which marks the exit of the Terror Time. The concept of Terror Time is not really complex in Yokai Watch 1. Terror Time can occur in every main area in Springdale, with the exception of Mount Whitewood and the Yokai Watch. On the map, there are about 6 spread items containing really good rewards. For example, vampiric fangs and other decent equipment for your yokai. The patrols in this game are Leodoni and Sashbioni, who are also labeled as Oni Yokai and help the main Oni to detect the player's location. If the Oni catches up to you, you will fight against him, which is more of a post-game activity since Oni are really strong in Yokai Watch 1. Gargaros is the first Oni you need to defeat, and as soon as you manage to do this, Ogralus is obligated to spawn, but has still the possibility of Gargaros spawning. Ogralus is already a lot stronger, but if you also beat him, Orcanos, who is also the strongest boss in Yokai Watch 1, is able to spawn during the next edition of Terror Time. The salty mate, Nightmare Beast, is also deadly for almost every yokai in the game. Orcanos also has a low chance of dropping the item Holy Blade, which is required to obtain the Yokai Gleam. The longer you stay in Terror Time, the more patrols will spawn, but you can theoretically stay forever since there's no timer. Yokai Watch 1 is also the only game in which Terror Time can also be triggered into Infinite Inferno when walking through certain warp doors.
Terror Time became a lot more complex in Yokai Watch 2, even though the introduction to it stayed similar. This time it happens just before fighting Gutsy Bones, as Mr. Goodside wants you to bring him his special screwdriver he lost in Shopper's Row. Unfortunately, the respective shop, what I find, only opens at night, so you need Baku again to exit your house, and on your way back to Mr. Goodside, Terror Time will occur. Terror Time got completely reworked this time, and you now need to collect as many Oni orbs as you can instead of opening item boxes. The more Oni orbs you collect, the higher the chance of obtaining a great prize gets. but this time it's really difficult to win the amazing rewards, since you can't just fight the Oni like we were used to in Yokai Watch 1. Some of the prizes are rare yokai, like once again Steady King, Swell Terrier and Horn Plenty, and even fusion items for some of the rarest yokai to befriend in the whole game. These are Chart of Evil for Beelzebub, Snowstorm Cloak for Chihuahua, Ageless Powder for Everfor, and sadly also a Sublime Whetstone needed for Gleam, and you can pull them at the Oni Gargaros after successfully leaving. These rewards sound fabulous, but they are not that easy to obtain, since most of the time the reward will be completely buns and will not pay your taxes, even sometimes when obtaining a lot of Oni orbs, because the prize pools are predetermined. You will most likely not get far with regular Oni orbs. You need to get Oni orbs as massive as your Geordie watch, only dropped by the Onis, but you can't fight them this time and you need to use items instead. Gargaros drops 50 orbs while having 1000 HP, Ogralus has 1500 HP and drops 100 orbs, and Orcanos has 2000 HP while dropping 200 orbs. Only some items will actually help you to defeat the Oni, but here's a quick summary of every item. Stamina gives infinite stamina for a short time. Demifield makes you invisible for 10 seconds, which makes the Oni and Patrol Eyes forget your location. Signable Trap stuns nearby enemies for 7 seconds, but takes 3 seconds to activate. Rocket Punch deals 700 damage and can take out Patrol Eyes, but not an Oni. Place Bomb deals 1500 damage, can take down Gargaros and Ogralus, but also needs some time to be activated. I recommend you to always look out for place bombs and wait in Uptown Springdale, since it's the district with the most baffle boards, which have a stun effect that works like a signable trap, so you can trap the Oni and then place a bomb to kill him. In Yokai Watch 2, the previous yokai patrols were replaced by newly added Patrol Eyes. The exit doesn't spawn right away, but after a certain amount of time has passed. New Oni will spawn after every third of the timer ran out, and you can assess when the next terror time will occur, since the weather app will have an advisory if there are less than 6 minutes left, and a warning when terror time will occur within the next 3 minutes. A secret timer until a new terror time can occur lasts between 5 minutes to 2 hours. This time terror time can occur in every previous valid area as well as in past Springdale, but to my knowledge not in Sawayama Castle, Garagara Resort, Harrisville, San Fantastico, Yokai World, Mount Whitewood and Excellent Tower. If you get caught by the Oni, he will one-shot you and push you from terror time inside of your bed, making you wake up like if it was all a dream, which can be frustrating since the Oni can just jump to a random location if he wants to. Yokai Watch 2 also contains the sub-game modes, Blasters and Psychic Blasters, which take place in terror time, but this time you play as a group of up to 4 yokai. It added 4 roles called Healer, Tank, Ranger and Fighter, all having unique benefits. Since you are yokai now, a new Rice Ball item has been added, which restores all of your HP. You can fight a lot of bosses here. Yes, you actually fight them and collect rewards from the Oni Gargaros, but some requirements are absolutely painful to work on. Rubeus J, Hardy Hound and Hinosaur are some exclusive bosses to this mode, and you can obtain a daily Oni misfortune in order to receive better rewards, although you fight higher level bosses.
Yokai Watch 3's implementation of terror time seems to be a combined version of the previous variants. When Nate is fighting against zombies in the United States, Haley gets warped into terror time, and for some reason, as Gargaros is stranded first. Oni orbs still exist in Yokai Watch 3, but this time there are only 10 of them to collect. The more you collect, the better your chance of obtaining a good reward gets you, but you can see the possible rewards already this time. The overworld items though got removed, which means you are doomed in case you got caught. No invisibility or infinite stamina anymore. In contrast to Yokai Watch 2, you are allowed to fight the Oni again, even though they seem a lot weaker than in Yokai Watch 1, which is probably caused by the new combat system. In order to escape from terrortime, you need to find a key which can spawn randomly on the map or on the Oni's back. If you are unlucky, which most likely triggers a fight. Luckily though, the exit already spawns right after you enter a terrortime again. Yokai Watch 3 kept the concept of patrols and made the site visible, which is a good quality of life improvement. They also added a new kind of patrol which has a blue coloring at a linear side. The wiki also mentions the red patrols. They get alerted by sprinting and white ones who don't show up on the minimap. Yokai Watch 3 also has an hour, the Mischief Hour, which activates Zombie Night of Terror Time depending on where the player is at. Sadly, the post-game potential of Terror Time is a lot weaker than in the previous games of the franchise, since it doesn't contain exclusive yokai or difficult boss fights anymore, which could have went into Zombie Night instead, which is much more interesting in this game. So comment if you are interested in a video about it.
Let me know which Yokai Watch game has the best version of terrortime in your opinion. Within the last few days, I did some polls on the best Oni as well as the best terrortime execution, and the results were very interesting. This video also was a community winner, so comment down your video ideas if you've got some, and like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Yokai Watch content. Also check out Shogunex, who also appeared in this video.